Hey guys, how you doing tonight? It's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I did it. I made it another year. What a year. Uh, I think the thing that I'd really love to talk about very briefly here is how selfish our society has become, right? And it's really brutally obvious. And we really do need to start calling these people just selfish babies. Like, the anti-mask movement alone really shows you, like, anytime I came up with any kind of solution or any kind of idea, or I put forward any solution or any idea to the serious issues that we're obviously looking at, uh, our response, there's always been a response from the conservative right? And that response has always attempted to couch itself within this kind of block of rational thinking, but it's become very, very obvious that the conservative right are not responding rationally. They're responding because they're selfish babies, right? You can see it. See what's going on in the States right now. There's an insurrection. There's a revolution. There's a rebellion going on. People have taken the White House. The White House is under attack right now. If you don't know that, it's happening right now. Turn on your news, you'll see it. And it's being assaulted because a bunch of babies who can't respect the system they live under don't want to acknowledge that Donald Trump lost the presidency. It's very simple, right? They want to stomp their feet and take their ball and leave. That's what they want. They want things to go their way, and they're willing to take weapons and assault the White House in order to have that happen. Now, if these guys, of course, were Black Lives Matter protesters or something like this, the military would be called down to put them down. But, you know, they're just white redneck types, so they'll be allowed to leave, and maybe there'll be an investigation. Maybe their leader will be arrested. The FBI did arrest the leader of the Proud Boys recently because he's a Nazi, right? And he should be arrested. But it's like, I'm getting to a point now where it's no longer possible for me to take seriously critiques of anything or statements of any sort that come out of the right, because they're obviously selfish babies, right? Like, everybody's like, hey, put on your masks. And the selfish babies stomp their feet and cry about it. We have video. Like, we have video. And this is what they're doing with the most meager, almost insignificant changes to their lives. Like, literally put a piece of fabric over your face. And not all the time. Literally just when you go into Walmart, put a piece of fabric on your face. And they're crying like babies about it, and they're stomping their feet, and they're having to get pulled out of these places, and they're complaining, and they're bitching, and they're moaning, and they're making all kinds of, this is an affront to my civil liberties, and all this kind of junk that they're throwing out there, because that's how they think. They have junk in their brain, right? They're so offended by the idea of having to live in a community and make any kind of concession whatsoever to any kind of communal idea. And they're so brainwashed by this ideology of selfishness that they become selfish babies. We've got the video. Like, nothing I'm saying here is controversial, right? I can hear people already telling me to be nicer to these people, to be nice. I'm like, no, I absolutely am not going to be nice to selfish babies who are being selfish. Like, if my niece or nephew were acting this way, I would call them what they are, which is selfish babies, and send them to their room without dinner. It's very straightforward. And this is conservatism across the board now, as far as I'm concerned. Like, these people are mounting offenses to take the White House out of their selfish babyishness, right? Nobody on the right is going to attempt to justify this action. They're not going to. Like, this is an affront to America on a whole. And just goes to show you that America, its desire to heavily propagandize its own citizens, its desire to consistently lie and ensure that the people of their own country don't know what's going on or know the truth of anything. Like, that's a CIA stated agenda, is to ensure that the American people are illiterate and don't understand what's going on anywhere in the world. And that it is backfiring. And it's backfiring in embarrassing and selfish ways. Like, America wants to tell people that it has any right to have an opinion of any seriousness on the world stage, while a bunch of goons can storm the primary legislature and threaten the lives of elected officials. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, America's a failed state. It's a banana republic. It's just this absurd, childish place where sociopaths thrive and idiots seize power. Right? It doesn't and even if you believe that the people who are in power are not sociopathic idiots, you have to acknowledge that they are doing nothing. Like, they're not helping anyone. They're not doing anything in order to actually govern. And they've stated as much. Like, the primary statement that comes out of neoliberalism is that governors should not govern, right? That's the neoliberal statement, that that government needs to get out of the way. The people who are in power exist in order to facilitate business. That governors should not govern. They should not have a position. They should just get out of the way and let businesses and let capitalism take over, which is essentially saying that the democracy should die and we should let the feudal lords run the place. It's not really that much of a different statement. And like, you can go back and you can take a look, even like the conservative quote unquote intellectuals, right? Like, these people are not speaking from a position of attempting to help anyone. They're not speaking from a position of attempting to improve the society, right? They're not even fundamentally saying that the society that we have right now is good and I'm trying to maintain it. Their position from start to finish is, I am a selfish baby. And if I have to change my lifestyle in the smallest, most insignificant way, I will pout like a baby about it. And this is people like Kevin O'Leary, Ben Shapiro, right? Just all your right-wing, Steven Crowder, like all your right-wing, totally out to lunch. If anybody does anything, no matter how rational, no matter how meaningful, no matter how important, if any governor or government makes any statement that, in their view, diminishes the quality of their life, then they get to pout like little babies about it. They get to cry about it, and they do. And that's literally all I hear come out of these guys now. It's so funny because if you critique them or point anything out, they accuse you of crying, right? They love liberal tears, right? They want you to cry. When the reality is, there is no whinier baby. Like, the liberals, when Donald Trump was voted in, was there a liberal coup? Where's the liberal coup attempt? Where's the left-wing coup attempt that's happened after Donald Trump won the election? Where is it? Oh, Donald Trump lost the election now, and here's a literal coup attempt, armed, on the White House, and I'm supposed to take the right seriously at all. At all. What a fucking joke. What a bunch of selfish babies who have no credibility. Like Tucker Carlson, like Tuck-in Carlson, what a baby. What's the other? Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity has always just been like a big-chinned baby, right? Like, he's not... and my hope is that the millennials grab a hold of this and just start treating what they say. Like, literally take anything that Tucker Carlson or Sean Hannity says and put a little baby voice on it. Put a little baby voice on it. They just need to work harder. They just need to work harder. Yeah, they just need to get back a job. Get a better job. Right? They're just babies. And now there's literally a fucking coup about it. Which, I mean, while I'm like sitting here laughing and hurling insults at these right-wingers because they deserve to be mocked, it's very serious. Like, it's very serious. A coup attempt on American soil is a very serious thing to have to witness. And it will be very interesting to see what the result is. My gut tells me that these guys, even the ones who are put on film, even these people, like, they'll probably just walk away from it. You know, like, that seems to be the way. Like, if these were Black Lives Matter protesters if this was a Black Lives Matter movement, if this was a Black Panthers insurrection, these people would be gunned down on the spot. It wouldn't be that'd be literally the end of it. And our media would pound out as loudly as possible that these we had to put this down. It's unpatriotic. It's against the Constitution. The coup attempt is unacceptable. We have to protect Americanism and stand up to the flag and salute and all that kind of stuff, right? But because it's a bunch of white MAGA supporters, right? We would prefer if maybe you did not assault the White House with weaponry in order to foment a coup. That would be our preference. And we just need to move on from this moment. We need to move on. Every single person there should be arrested. Every single person there should be arrested, tried, and incarcerated for a very long period of time. It should not be a badge of honor for them, right? Like, what they are doing is treason. So, like, according to American law, they should absolutely be hung. Like, it's not going to happen, obviously, because our leadership is just a bunch of babies, a bunch of selfish babies. They're not going to actually have the cojones to actually do anything. And I'll be interested to see who gets laid with any kind of charges. If American history, like modern American history, has anything to say about it, no one will get charged. Nothing serious will happen, right? These people will just go home. Anderson Cooper had a fun line where he was like, these people will go back to Denny's and high-five each other. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Even the ones we have on film. Like, we have people on film. I don't suspect there'll be much by way of any serious resources, and we'll get boys will be boys, and off we'll go, right? And the selfish babies will just keep running the place. I don't necessarily think that's true. An assault on the White House is quite serious. And, the FBI and the CIA have a vested interest in ensuring that stops. But this also does just go to show you, this whole idea that there's, a big leftist... where are the leftist assaults? Where are the leftist coup attempts? Where are during the Occupy movement, which you could call, the leftist coup if you really wanted to. But none of it was armed. People weren't, taking over legislative buildings, threatening the lives of the political class. The reality is that America is at war, not with terrorism, not with Antifa, not with any kind of left-wing sort of thing. They're at war with right-wing radicals and fascists. And it's been really obvious for a long, long time. Right-wing radicals and fascists are willing to take places over with armed force. And it's only a matter of time until they're just successful and they hold their ground, right? Unless you do what you should do and wipe them out, which is what you should do. That's what should happen to fascists. And anybody out there who's complaining like a baby about Antifa, well, the only reason Antifa movements exist whatsoever is because the legislative people who are in power, the police, the military, are not doing anything about it. Right? They're just letting Nazis take to the streets. Well, if you let Nazis take to the streets, eventually they take to your buildings. Right? They're in the White House right now. So, oh, what an absurd time to be alive. What an absurd time to be alive. Maybe there'll be a moment in my lifetime when adults actually seize power. But we'll see. Right now it's just the selfish babies. Which is exactly how the billionaires like it. Right? Billionaires are babies are easy to control, right? You just give them candy. You just give them dumb toys and trinkets, right? Distract them with dumb nonsense. That's what the billionaires like, and so that's how it's going to keep happening. All right, this is the end of me. I hope you're doing well out there, guys. Like, share, subscribe, hit all the bells, hit all the whistles. Makes me feel good about myself. And hey, if you're a madman, you can even give me a little bit of money down in the description of my Patreon account. I hope you guys are genuinely, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I hope you're all doing well. I really do. I know I'm barely keeping it together, so I hope you're doing a little bit better than that. Yeah, good luck. We're going to need it.